Hello guys, so welcome to another day of NoFap Mastery. Now I want to talk about how to do NoFap in relationship, especially when it comes to Karezza, which is not orgasming during sex. So Karezza was practiced by many people in the history, especially by many famous people. I have to look it up which ones, but pretty much the point of this is to retain the sperm, and so you gain like the power, that was believed to you regenerate your power, and each time you ejaculate that would mean that you would lose that essential power.
You can look up the Cupid's Poison Arrow book, has like all about it, about the history and all those things, so if you want to see more details and get into it, check it out.
Yeah, so Cupid's Poison Arrow is awesome book, but it's a bit more complicated to read. But essentially it talks about the negative effects of ejaculating and orgasming, even if it's during sex. So obviously no porn, watching porn is bad, which I talked about before, and masturbating is also bad because it's too artificial, and for many people who are addicted to porn, they would eventually go back to it. But what about sex? What about orgasming during sex? So if you're in a relationship, we found that it's much easier to do NoFap, and that's because you are kind of like supporting each other, and you always have like someone to be around with you, and you're less likely to drop, especially if both of you are on the same page.
Yeah, it would be harder if you're in a relationship and you want to do NoFap, but your partner is like not into it, so it's like you want to have sex and you're like trying not to have orgasm, but your girlfriend is like, oh no, like she wants to like have orgasm. I mean, that's just not gonna work.
Yeah, so both of you have to be on the same page, and so if you're looking for a girlfriend and you're into NoFap, you gotta explain to her, hey, I'm really skeptical to watching porn or have like sex addiction or something. So you really have to explain to her that you want to keep it like no orgasm during sex, or really minimal orgasm. So would you ever have to orgasm during sex? Like, for how long do you have to be on no orgasm? Well, especially when at the start of NoFap you want to have like at least 30 days of no orgasm challenge, which I did before. And after that, if you can try to experiment, like try to ejaculate or have orgasm once, and if it still affects you, if you still like after that you still feel like more unbalanced or feel too negative and you want to watch porn or something, just do 30 more days. I wanted to mention also when you orgasm, pretty much, and you're in a relationship, it's really bad for you, because in nature, every time you ejaculate, nature works in a way that you want to look for another partner. So each time you ejaculate with your partner, your brain gives you signal like, oh, we have enough with this girl and we want to look for some other one. So it's kind of this novelty surprise for the brain to spread the seed around with as many women as possible, because that's nature's way. Nature is not kind of designed for a long-term relationship, but for us it's, we live in a society where everything is unnatural, pretty much. Unnatural causes, we have to imply unnatural solutions. So if you don't want to be like looking for new women all the time and just be frustrated in your relationship because you don't find your girlfriend attractive anymore just because you ejaculate, I highly encourage you to start, no orgasm challenge. So where to start? First of all, if you're really addicted, to sex, I will try to do even no sex challenge at the beginning. Try to do no sex for a week. So just pretty much try with your partner, just like kissing, hugging, and then in the second week maybe you can try to imply like slow sex, but like many people just like too addicted, like they even break that. So in the Cupid's Poison Arrow, she talks about it more, this kind of like slower sex, and just more focused on.
Yeah, things that you can do like before sleeping with your partner that are like affection based. So it's nothing has to do with intercourse, or even like she even says at the beginning, like, don't even be like naked in front of your partner at the beginning of the challenge. That makes it easier, and then maybe slowly start to have your clothes off, and then just focus on like really not overstimulating things.
Yeah,
And then
so
even when you start sex, also try to like get in the positions who are not overstimulating. Of course, like avoiding
Yeah.
oral sex and stuff. That's just
yeah, so try not to have sex like overstimulating. So she said in a book that like you should make your foreplay pretty much like how the sex should be, you know, just like it shouldn't be about the penetration and fast movement all the time. It should be more about like the contact and hugging, touching, you know, kissing, things like that. So it's not necessarily just like to pound the pussy. What we notice is that it's the hardest from the beginning. So each time you start, it's extremely hard to like not to ejaculate, you know, because it's like so much like stimulation, you know, and just like your brain just like wants to it's used to ejaculating so much. Same as like no fap, even if you're like, it's the hardest at the beginning, you know. And same for no orgasm sex, it's like, or Karezza, it's like the hardest at the beginning. You always feel the need to ejaculate so much more at the beginning, and then after you get into like week 3, it becomes so easy, you know, like the no orgasm part.
yeah. So maybe try for the first 2 weeks, just have no penetration.
No penetration, 100%. And then 3rd week, you know, like slow penetration. And what about edging? We found that it's a little bit slippery slope when it comes to edging during sex. So can you still edge during sex? I think you can, but not like every day, especially more days in a row, or especially when your partner is in ovulation period. So that's when your partner would be more horny, and
Out of time.
yeah, maybe edge like one time and
Like try to make edging as something that's really special. Like don't like orgasm is like forget about it. Like
yeah.
do that few times
Even
a year.
an edging-
But edging should be something like maybe once a month or something like that.
Edging is like really
Try
slippery.
to avoid it.
Edging is like really addictive, you know, like once you get into it, it's kind of the same chemicals, you still release the dopamine thing. So I would keep it also to minimum, but you know, like try to, if you edge once, don't continue again, especially not more days in a row, because that's just a road to failure. So I don't know why, but sex during night is always more stimulating, especially like after you fall asleep and then you wake up. I don't know what it is, and then you really like susceptible to what's that word? Susceptible? Type down below. Susceptible to orgasming. So you wanna just like keep it during day, in the mornings, you know, things like that. And also at night, you just like kind of your brain wants to sleep, and you just kind of stimulate it, and then you're not gonna have such a good night's sleep. So definitely it's better to have sex in the morning and during the day. And many people think that when you're doing no fap, you're never gonna have sex again, you know. And that's not true. You can still like connect to each other. It's just the sex is different. There's no distraction, no stimulation. It's just like connection, and yeah, you don't have to have sex every day like they project in the movies or whatever. Like twice, you know. Sometimes we would have sex like when she's in the ovulation period. We would have sex like more times a week, like
During the day.
3-4 times.
A day.
Yeah, even more times a day. But sometimes we would have just like twice a week sex. So you know, it depends. So let me know if you are in a relationship and you're doing the Karezza no orgasm sex. How is NoFap working for you in a relationship? So let us know. I hope this video helps, and see you in the next episode of NoFap Mastery. Oh, and also check out Robin from No Porn Revolution. Yeah, so check him out. He's got also good content. Yeah, so check him out, and I'll see you in the next video.